And our hope again is that when they finish doing the program, they don't feel like stuck.
It does not relate. No.
Black people in film just got there by mistake.
Black women in LA living life, doing their thing and just trying to figure things out.
Love it. You find that there are barriers that are similar in film as well as the art that you do. I'm a bit nervous, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Okay.
And hi! Oh my gosh, this is just a very hard start. But welcome to Occupy All Spaces, the podcast. My name is Yejide, and with me today is...
I am Ife Alaba.
Yes.
And yeah, this is Occupy All Spaces, the podcast, season 1. How exciting. We're so excited. Occupy All Spaces is an initiative where we basically do workshops for Black people in the film industry in Newfoundland and Labrador.
We have with us today Miss Thandi O'Grady.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
So, Thandi O'Grady is an industry analyst at Picture NL and so much more. She sings, she writes, she sings. Thandi, tell us a little bit about yourself.
God. Yeah, so I've been in St. John's fully since 2018. I started journalism and I fell into the industry accidentally. My goal was to actually go on to be a fashion journalism, but then, COVID happened. And so somehow I landed a job at the International Women's Film Festival and the rest is history.
I feel like a lot of Black people in film just got there by mistake.
I am one.
Because I studied psychology and now I don't even, wow, what a waste of a rent for all this.
I see the recreation therapy school, and I could say that sort of it's a lie. No, it does not relate. No, and I also accidentally fell into arts, but I love and enjoy it. You can tell.
So you're an industry analyst. What exactly does that actually mean?
Yeah, so I work closely with our industry development managers. So our job is to work on the industry side of Picture Now. So there's a combination of things I do day to day. So that's provide support for all of our industry development initiatives, our location database, all of our communications and marketing, and so much more.
Sweet. So love that, and I know that behind the scene, you and I were talking before Issa here cut us. But I wanted to know what your day-to-day actually entails. Like, what do you do? What's the best part of your day? What's the most challenging part of your day? And how do you handle it?
Okay. I wouldn't really say there's any challenging aspects to my job.
Love it.
Love it. The team at Picture Now is all super great. Everybody is super supportive. My day can go from creating an ad for the Hollywood Reporter, helping to get together like a guest list for a party, doing all of our social media calendar stuff, helping organize all of our programs. So it's really like a variety of things. I know, like, I don't know if you ever gone to a job interview and they're like, and you ask them like, oh, what's the day to day like? And they're like, oh, every day is different. No day is the same. And, it's like BS. They promise you. My day to day is actually like super different. Like I could go into work and be like, oh, it's probably going to be a chill day. And then it's like, oh, we have this like location request and then we got to put together a package. So like every day is super different and it's super fun.
Sweet. When you guys have all of those fun parties, can you call me?
Yes.
Yeah.
I will put you on a guest list.
Not as a feeding guest, but
No, it's a great way to like network, I think.
Yes.
And meet so many different people from like different aspects of the industry because it's very rare that everybody gets together. Everybody's always like off doing their own little things. So I'll put you on the list.
yeah.
Not you using this podcast to
See, my friends do try to take me out, but just,
keyword is try.
they try.
Bring me out of my room. So you've talked about Picture NL. Can you explain a bit more about what Picture NL is and what they do?
Yeah, so we are a crown corporation for the government of Newfoundland and Labrador. Been around since 1997, so before I was even born. And we have a dual function. So we function as a film commission for the province and also as a government funding agency. And those functions help us to deliver our mandate, which is one, to promote the development of film and television in Newfoundland and Labrador, and also to promote those products and our locations locally, internationally, and nationally. So yeah, that's what we do.
And in terms of programming, helping with emerging people that even want to be in the industry, how are you there for them?
Yeah, so when it comes to like diversity and attracting diversity into the industry, I will admit that Picture Now hasn't done a great enough job in the past. But this is something that we're definitely taking into stride, and we're trying to make ways and deliver pathways to make those doors open for people who, they don't know how to get into the industry. So one thing we had realized long ago was that like people who are, I don't know, Black, Indigenous, or whatever, they weren't applying to all of our programs and the funding side of of our corporation. And what that said to us was that, okay, like we got to make a change. We got to make sure that we really break down those barriers. So about like 2 years ago, we had hosted a consultation with CBC Atlantic, and we invited like a bunch of different voices from the community who were all like creatives. And we were like, okay, we really want to learn what you need from us. And one like key thing they had said was that there was this like thirst and hunger for them to gain meaningful mentorship, to gain meaningful work experiences, and just to also have that guide to be able to navigate this industry, right? And one thing that we really took away was that, okay, if we provide them funding and they don't have these skills, then they're not really going to be able to work efficiently. They're not going to be able to know how to spend that money properly, and they're not going to be able to gain what they need to gain from that experience, right? So they need those things that they mentioned. And one thing that kind of came out of it was the Empowerment Production Fund, which I know that you're familiar with. And one key feature that this program really removes and breaks down a barrier is that you don't need third-party funding.
Yeah.
So one thing about Picture Now, like my the program's manager, she always says, we're never going to be like the entire piece of the entire pie, I should say. We're always going to be a small piece of the funding, and you have to go and get other funding elsewhere.
Yep.
But with this program, we're actually the entire pie. You get $50,000 to start your first short film, which is rare. That's not really how it works when it comes to like, funding your project. And then this program also offers you that mentorship that they were talking about, and you gain that like meaningful work experiences. And right now we're still in the pilot phase, but as we go into the next year, we're gonna get out of that pilot phase, and we've earmarked about two projects for this. Sorry, two amounts of pots of money, I should say, for people to be able to apply. And all this
So
kind of
how do they apply? Do they just go on the website and do that, or is there another way that they have to do that?
So because it's still like in the pilot phase, we select the projects in-house. But as we get out of it, we are going to bring it more into a jury process, and we're going to make sure that people in the jury are actually diverse voices. And our hope is also that people who are alumni of the program, they're also part of the jury process. So that way they can carry the program forward and really still be engaged and be part of the whole process. And it will probably be announced on our social media once we start doing that, and then people can just apply on the website, and they can talk to our manager of program, Suzanne, and Jennifer, who's the industry development manager as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know that one of my very good friends, Talented, was had the opportunity to get into the empowerment program, and
Oh, are you talking about me?
well, yeah, you, and also Brian, who's over there behind the scenes.
Yeah.
I know that they both had the opportunity to be a part of this. Have there been any other programs that Picture Now had worked on that didn't quite succeed as this one? Or are there any ones that you are working towards apart from the empowerment program? I think that's also in two phases. I had another question what I'd asked, but
No, that's okay. We don't have any other programs right now that's like specifically tailored for underrepresented voices. It's just this empowerment program, but that's not to say that we don't have any more coming in the future. Recently, we were at it's such a long name, the Women's Film Festival, I would just say, and we had like a micro session where we did a preview of all the things that we're going to be doing in 2025. And we announced that we're going to be doing this POV program, which is in partnership with POV Film, which is based in Ontario. And what this program is going to do is going to provide in-depth training over a long period of time. It's again going to provide that mentorship that you need, because you can learn so many different things from different types of mentors. You don't like just need one. And also, it's going to provide you a bunch of skills that will help to really build a healthy and robust resume that you can take into the workforce. And it's also going to provide mentorship. I already said mentorship, my bad. It's also going to provide shadowing work, as you said, and on-set experiences. And then our hope, again, is that when they finish doing the program, they don't feel like stuck as to like, okay, what now? They actually have that experience already, and they can go to set and be like, hey, I have all these skills, I have this experience, and I would love to work on your set. What can I do for you?
I like that you mentioned mentorship like 3 times, because
I know.
myself, Yvette, and Brian, again, because the three of us just have these conversations every now and then. We were talking about it the other night, and about how important it is for just emerging artists to have mentorship and have trainings. And I'm so grateful for Occupy Our Spaces, who, and I'm not here to sell, but who created those platforms for us to, just have mentorship and trainings, and just boot camps and all of that. So I'm so glad that Picture now is also working and things like that.
So you are like you work with Picture NL, but outside of that, you are a writer and you are an artist as well. Do you find that there are barriers that are similar in film as well as the art that you do as a Black person?
Well, I feel like my experience in film is probably different to yours because I don't have that experience on a set. It's just I'm not really interested. I prefer working on the behind the scenes kind of things. Not to say that
12-hour days, not your.
yeah, not to say that the work that you guys do isn't amazing. It's incredible. I can't see myself doing it. I prefer to keep like my art is like my own art, whereas because like that's also art what you're doing, right? And I just can't pull myself in both directions, I should say. And I'm also the type of person where it's like I'm very passionate about what it is that I do, and I just can't. I want to make sure if I'm doing it, I can put my all into it, and I just don't have that energy. So any barriers, it's tough to say because music and film is so different. But I feel like also with the music, I've been mostly in my own bubble. I haven't really engaged with the rest of the community probably as much as I should. So I can't really say there's been any.
There you go.
Yeah.
Cool.
I know that one of the things that we're working on, especially in St. John's or Newfoundland and Labrador, is to make sure that artists or emerging artists get all of the resources and all of the opportunities they can get. But we find that some just don't know how or where or what to do to get it. They don't know where the information is. They don't know what to do to apply. They don't know who to talk to, and they just keep it on the inside, unlike you, who you're choosing to just keep your so do you have any resources that you could share with them, with us even? Because I don't know that I know everything. Do you have any resources you could share with us? Just tips and tricks here and there. To apply, to get yourself out there, to just do it.
Yeah, so one thing I would mention is that recently we have now a film school, which is really great. There's different programs in the film school. So if there's people interested in like furthering their skills that way, there is that option. But another part is, because we're more forward facing now as Picture Now, like you can just come to us. Like you can just knock on our door and just come in. We love when people come to visit. We're in Portugal Cove Road, Brookwood. You can email us, and because I know there's plenty of people who have also like, because the film school is also on the West Coast. There are plenty of people out there who've like come to us and been like, hey, so I did this program, but how do I get like immersed into the film industry, because it's so much smaller over there, and most of it is here in St. John's. And then our industry development manager, she can tell you, okay, here's where you can start. If you're looking into acting, okay, there's ACTRA here, we have the contacts. So you can always come to us, and we're very open, even if it has nothing to do with like what we offer. We are very connected with all the other entities in the province and some nationally as well, to help connect you with them, and so that way you can get, you know, what it is that you're looking for.
Thank you for that. They're listening.
So too.
So we have a segment called Being Black on Set. For this, we're just gonna ask you really quick questions, and you have 10 seconds to say like the first thing that comes to your mind.
Okay.
Okay, are you ready?
Yeah.
A Black actor or filmmaker that inspires you right now?
Iowa Debris.
Oh, yeah, she's fire.
Yeah, from The Bear.
From The Bear. Yeah, she's so funny.
She's so funny and has like the best style, and she's good.
And she was in the what's that movie with the emotions?
Oh, Inside Out too. Oh my gosh, did she pay like Envy or something?
Yes, yeah, it's so you should go watch it. You see, you're
Can we not? TD.
a Black film or TV production you think everyone should watch.
You said I have 10 seconds.
9, 8,
God, 7.
Insecure on HBO. It finished already, but it's by Issa Rae, who is a great producer, comedian, writer, and it's just about like Black women in LA living life, doing their thing, and just trying to figure things out. Yeah, it's on HBO. It's a little raunchy, but it's great.
I love raunchy.
Yeah.
Okay, this one doesn't have to do with Blackness, but a role or opportunity that you've seen when you visited set that often goes unnoticed.
Maybe makeup? Because everybody's got to look good, right? Yeah, I don't think they take that into account too much.
I think it's craft for me. Like
It has to be, because I had to convince you to put on powder. Oh, should we not have said that?
that's fine, just expose me. Please carry on exposing me. I think for me it's like the food people. Because it's like if the food is not good on set, my whole day is ruined. I just get so upset the whole time.
It's valid.
Now we see your true character.
Okay, and then the last one, the most rewarding part of being a creative in the industry.
I think just how fulfilling it is. Because, like, life is, like, so short, and I don't mean to get deep or anything. But, like, life is so short, and sometimes I wake up, I'm like, what am I doing? But, like, having, like, a way to just put out all your frustrations, whether that's writing or acting, whatever it is that you're into, and just to like share it with the world, is just so fulfilling and just makes you feel like you're doing something. Cause I could be gone tomorrow, but at least I like put something out there that like I'm proud of. So that's what I'd say.
Making impact. I love it. That's a good segue into our next, which is our last segment, really. And really, I would love for you to look into the camera when you answer this particular question. Looking back now, what will be your first 5 steps in your career?
Okay. I don't know, because, and I hate to kind of derail your question, but I feel like if things didn't happen the way they did, then it wouldn't be the way they are now, which I love it. So I wouldn't say there would be anything I would like do differently, because again, like it wasn't like a planned thing that I wanted to do, like, because I didn't really have much knowledge of the film industry. Like I say, like I was getting ready, I wanted to go to Toronto, I wanted to work for Elle magazine, so like that was what was on my mind, and then things like life just happened and it changed. So I wouldn't say there'll be anything I would do differently.
I would find another way to ask that. Yeah. All right, and thank you for that. But I guess what I'm trying to ask is for underrepresented voices, and for Black creatives who don't know what to do, even if they were like in journalism or arts, who don't know what to do next. How would you advise them to not withhold themselves, to just go for it, to just do what they love, what they enjoy, what would be your best advice? Or what's one advice that you actually rock with?
Okay, I loved how you turned that around. That was great.
You're welcome.
I would say that to know there's many aspects to the industry. So if you're somebody who's like, look, I cannot act, just know there's many different jobs available for you to do. So don't like limit yourself into thinking, oh, I saw my friends work on this film set and they're acting, but I can't do it. Like there's so many other things you could be doing.
Yeah.
Like for me, I don't work on sets behind the camera or in front of the camera, but I work with the film commission. You can work for film festivals like I used to do. There's so many ways for you to be involved. And I think sometimes maybe people forget that like just because you let's say for example, there's a film that's like really popping right now, right? And you weren't working on set doesn't mean there aren't other ways for you to be involved.
Facts.
Like you could actually be working at a film festival and you're part of the jury and you watched all the films and you're like, yep, this film needs to be screened. Like that's you still being like part of that whole journey. So I would say like don't limit yourself. There's like endless possibilities. I didn't even know industry analysts exist. I didn't even know what like a film commission was. So like yeah, don't limit yourself. And if you're ever wondering what it is, like how you want to start, again, like come to us. Like we're super open. Everybody's super supportive. Even if like you don't have a clear idea, we can help point you to where your interests lie best. That's what I would say.
No, thank you very much. That's great.
Yeah. No, like, and it's so true. Like, I remember going into the picture in our office once and just being like,
What's up?
Yes.
happening here? So, like, Lauren literally just sat me down and talked to me for an hour, and it was just really good advice. So, before you go, do you want to like tell us what films are shooting here next year?
I can't.
Well, just a little.
You should know.
Well, I do, but I can't say. I'm not gonna be the one to get in trouble.
Might not me.
Then be the sacrificial lamb. Well, we just want to thank you so much for coming on Occupy Our Spaces, the podcast. We are so appreciative of the work that you do, and just even being here and vibing with us. Yeah.
Thank you. And I guess like before I go, I just want to say like because again we're still kind of new into like this diversity space, it doesn't mean that we're like not wanting to learn. Doesn't mean that we don't want to make things better. So like as we go through these programs, not everything's going to be perfect. We're not going to be able to dismantle everything all at once. Things take time. And I think it's important to know that while the participants are learning, we're also learning from it too, right? And we can't wait to see where things go. And my hope is things become more diverse. It might take a really long time, but as long as I feel like we're all working together with the same goal, we're definitely going to make it happen.
I'm excited. I'm excited. I'm excited for the party. The guest list that you got on now. Yeah.
There's a lot of parties.
Yes.
Yeah.
Especially if they're not happening in town. I'm available to play.
I don't think.
Okay.
Or available to fly.
Yeah, available to fly. And just think about me. Just, I don't know. You can cut it here, but just think about me when you're taking flight.
And I mean, you can always like email me too. Like, hey,
I can do that.
Is there any party happening this month?
Yeah. And I direct and I write and I'm an actor. Just telling myself, please cut this. No, don't cut, actually. And I direct and I act and she's my producer. And and my producer is also one of my producers. Wait, hi, Carrie. Oh my gosh. And yeah, that's it. Thank you so much for occupying this space.
That was great.
Yeah. We know you're a thief because I'm the one who came up with that. And she looked at me like, don't do it again.
Well, so I can do it.
Anyway, so that is it for this episode. Thank you so much for watching. I guess it's like a like, subscribe thing. Oh, I'm this person. But yeah, also shout out to our sponsors, Celebrate NL. Yeah, thank you so much for giving us the opportunity to celebrate diversity in the arts, especially in Newfoundland and Labrador. So we appreciate it.
Peace.